Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teenaccounts.
Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for August 29th through September 2nd.
Are you happy we're in birthday month?
We are in birthday month. We're in my birthday month.
Mm-hmm.
So, I realized you make fun of me for taking my notes.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually probably compile a list of all my guesses because of my notes. I could just do a Google search.
Yes,
So maybe one day if I'm bored, I will do that.
I feel like you're not ever going to be that bored, but it would be interesting.
Nope. And now, so I don't know if it happened to anyone else, but like when I turned on Monday's episode of Hulu, or of General Hospital on Hulu, it said the show will now play ads before and after the show, like the same way that it does for Grey's Anatomy.
No.
Yeah. It only happened that one day though. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't care. Like,
Right.
but I pay for Hulu, like whatever Hulu Plus, whatever it is that comes with Disney and HBO Max to not have the commercials.
Yeah.
But there are certain shows that say,
Right.
tough luck, you're still getting an
I
ad.
think it's funny that your reference is Grey's Anatomy because that's
the only other one that's the only other one that I know that does that. I also don't watch that much of what would be on cable live like the next day or the day after. I think that maybe This Is Us would have also. I don't remember, but that was NBC, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
I
do think Grey's is the only one that does.
But isn't it funny that Hulu and ABC have like their whole little thing and they're making commercials before their own programming instead of the other ones?
Right.
Do you know who I think does it the best? I think Paramount might do it too. They do. When you pause on Peacock.
Yeah.
That's when you get an ad. Like it pauses as a screensaver and it has an ad. I was like, that is smart.
That is smart.
I think that is the best way to do it.
Right.
Because you're not interrupting my time. You're not
Mm-hmm.
anything like that, but there's no way for me to avoid it.
Right.
Other stuff, I would just fast forward through and be like, nope.
Yeah.
Or pay extra for not having ads.
Mm-hmm.
This way you get my money and you get to show me advertising.
Right.
And I enjoy the trivia that they have on Paramount.
Sure adore.
When I'm watching, maybe it is Peacock. I'm sorry, because I was thinking it's Yellowstone. So when we pause Yellowstone, like it'll ask like little trivia facts, like historical type things.
Oh.
Occasionally.
Okay.
And it's like press left or press right. They should do that with General Hospital and have guessing games in the middle of them.
They should.
So if you pause it, it's like, who was Sonny's first wife? And everyone's going to be like, Carly. And it's like, no, it's Lily.
That would be fun because it could give you like a score.
Yeah. They could do, I want to say that they could have historical facts, but then again, that's taking away our 411. But they couldn't possibly give away that much information. But maybe we could pay for advertising and say, to learn more about this Dominique lady that you're listening or hearing about now.
Right.
Check out the Pier 54 podcast. They just did a 2-week total recap of her.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't think we can afford Hulu advertising yet. If you guys want to chip into our advertising fund for Hulu, go to pier54podcast.com. I will have a link set up at some point, maybe.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to start a GoFundMe.
No.
But one thing that I did notice, okay, I did write down the Hulu headlines. Good. I think they changed the show's description. So for a while, it did say like something about the Quartermaines, like the Quartermaines
drama or whatever. Yeah.
Right. This week I noticed, and again, it could have been this way for a while, but like I felt like
you would have noticed it
was
before
different.
Now. Mm-hmm.
It says the wealthy Quartermaine family continues to be a looming presence in the town of Port Charles with interest in much of the city's businesses. Characters come and go, but viewers can always count on at least one Quartermaine or Spencer to wreak havoc. Let's unpack that. Because when you first hear the phrase Spencer, who do you think of on the show as being a Spencer?
The obvious characters, Laura and Lulu and Lucky who's not there and Luke that's not there.
Okay, so your brain goes exactly where I do. Do you know who they categorize as a Spencer?
Spencer.
No. Think about it.
Bobbie?
Go one more down.
Carly?
Yeah.
No.
I looked up, thank you. I looked up on Wikipedia and everything, and yes, biologically, but she came to town as an adult. I feel like she's her own branch. Yes, she met her adult mother,
but that's not who
she's not a Spencer.
Her. No.
She has Spencer blood in her, yes.
She only says she's a Spencer whenever she's talking to Luke, and he's saying, like, what a Spitfire she's being. And she's like, yeah, I got that Spencer blood.
Right.
But she's not, no, she's never been known as Carly Spencer.
Correct. Even if Valerie was on the show, like, I would still struggle a little bit with that one, but she's still blood Patricia's daughter.
Right.
But when she came on the show, like, yeah, she's technically Lulu's cousin, but like,
no,
I didn't consider her, even though her last name is Spencer.
Right.
I wasn't like, oh yeah, you're a Spencer. Right? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
I definitely, I was kind of in there too, because I do think of Michael as being both Corinthos and Quartermain, even though he's biologically, but he was on screen, raised by, since birth. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, yes. But I was like, funny, you're saying there's always a Spencer. And I'm like, we don't have any.
Right.
And then I did a little digging and it was Carly. I think is who they are referring to. So I'm glad to hear that you had the same initial.
Yeah.
Lulu's in a coma. Laura is not even technically a Spencer anymore, but I would still put her under.
Right.
Because it's Luke and Laura.
Yes.
Even though she's married to Kevin, I'm pretty sure longer than she was married to Luke.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Carly will always be a Corinthos.
I feel like Carly's just Carly now.
I mean, she is, but I still think of her.
But that's like thinking of her as also being a Jax.
No, she was part of the Corinthos family way longer than Jax.
But that's what I'm saying. She's never really been part of the Spencer family other than being Bobbie's daughter.
Right.
So we've seen her on camera being Jax's wife more than her being Bobbie's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
When she was just Bobbie's daughter, she was trying to steal Bobbie's husband.
Mm-hmm. Like she said this week, she's been involved with Sonny and Jason since she was 22.
I know. Yeah, that adds up. So I guess just sticking with Hulu, we can just go right into the Hulu headlines.
Okay.
On Monday, Mac and Felicia make a realization.
Felicia was there last week. It's not my fault that Mac's a little slow.
I don't even feel like it was a realization. It was okay, we're going to talk about what he realized last week, but was not saying in front of Cody. And he's like, what's the point? He's like, I'm not doing that to him.
Yes.
This is how Dominique wanted it, whatever. Carly comforts Jocelyn on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Trina awaits news.
Yeah. I don't really feel like that because we didn't see her waiting for the decision from the school. So if you're talking about
I thought it was her sitting by Ava. I think like Trina visits Ava
would be better. Yeah.
Right. Or Trina talks to Ava because then you'd be like, oh, did Ava wake up?
Right.
Like that would get me in. Mm-hmm. No, it was literally just Trina talking to Ava.
Yeah, she wasn't really awaiting anything, but okay.
Thursday, Elizabeth confides in Finn.
Finally, yeah.
But I like that one because you're like, I don't know what she's confiding. You know, It wound up being not what we thought it was going to be, but it would have been like, finally, we're going to get an answer about Jeff, and then it wasn't.
Right.
And then Friday, Sonny demands answers from Nina. It was literally the last sentence of the day.
Yeah, no.
So I guess if you tuned in with that, what is Sonny demanding answers for? It would carry you through the entire episode because
the last line.
Very last line was him asking her for answers. But yeah, I don't know. So where do you want to start?
None of those have me like on the edge of my seat. All right. My first like reaction to the week was Nina with Avery. And I have the little angry throwy uppy face because Carly specifically told her to stay away from Avery and Donna. I know more so Donna because Donna is hers, but I felt like that was sneaky. She was being nice. She kept Avery because of Ava being in the hospital. She even gave him her car to go to the hospital and check out Ava with Avery. And he gets there and is like, oh, let's hang out with my friend. Mommy Ava's friend.
I feel like that was kind of a tough position though, because it is Ava's friend. Avery knows her as Ava's friend. Why would she be being pulled away from seeing someone who cares about her mom? I feel like that in that situation, that would have been if they were at the park and it wasn't Avery visiting mom in the hospital and needing some kind of people love my mom.
I still feel like Nina overstepped.
But
Like,
it's not like she's the one who initiated.
no, Sunny said, here's my daughter, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. But then she's like, here, come on, and grabs her hand and whatever. You can distance.
I don't know. I feel like in that type of situation, the kid just needs comfort. It's not like she approached her on the playground and was like, here, let me push you, even though Mama Carly just said, leave you alone. I don't know. In that context, I didn't that even register on my, because I was just like, she's Ava's friend. Ava is Avery's mom. Daughter needs comfort. I think that it would be of comfort to my kids if I were in the hospital to see my friends were there.
Okay, so I will allow it if when Sunny drops Avery off, which we did not see happen, so I'm going to assume he did not, but if when he dropped Avery off, he would have said to her, hey, I don't want to start a fight or anything, but just FYI, Nina was there, like they were interacting or whatever. So if she says something to you, you don't need to feel like I was whatever.
I don't think he knows that Carly told her to stay away, though. I don't think Nina told him that. I don't think Carly told him that.
Really?
I don't think so.
I felt like she had told him to keep the kids away.
I don't know.
I still feel like out of respect, you should mention it. Hey, she was hanging out with my friend.
My ex has never told me when the kids were hanging out with any of his friends.
But didn't that make you mad?
No, because they're his kids too.
I
mean, I trusted him.
Oh, there's the difference. Okay, there's the difference.
He's also their parent. He gets equal amount of say. It's not like, I don't know, like if I found out that I'm not saying that he ever did this, but like if he ever had them in a dangerous situation, then I would be like, hey, would you mind letting me know? Okay. But I don't know. It's his time with his children. He gets his time with his children. I don't want him dictating my time with them, so I'm not going to dictate his time with them.
No, I just always gave a heads up. Like, hey, FYI, if they bring up someone, like, I didn't have many people around my kids, but if they bring this up, like, yeah, so he wasn't blindsided. But our exes are different, because mine would still ask questions of the kids and, like, grill the kids.
Oh, I have no idea if he did or not.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
He could have, and I have no clue.
Okay. Well, now we're getting into a reality check here. Mine would grill for answers on stuff. So I felt like it was easier to just intercept and answer questions on my own. Not that it was his right one way or the other to know, but I didn't want the kids to get questioned. So
he could have. They never told me. He never. I don't know.
If General Hospital ever does go off the air, we could just make a soap out of some of my relationships. Anyway. Yeah, that was what stuck out to me. That's funny that it didn't even register with you. I kind of put everything together. So what was the first thing that jumped out at you?
Joss telling off Nina.
Oh, yeah. She was very... She's like 18, 19.
You don't talk that way to another adult. Vent to your mom that way. Vent to your friends that way. But I'm starting to...
You don't think if someone hurt your mom the way that Nina helped hurt Carly, that you would be protective?
Repeatedly, every single time I ever saw the person? No. You say it once, you have your piece, you have the upper hand. They know. You don't have to go be like all lovey-dovey with them, but you don't have to scream at them every single time you see them. She's 18, but at the same time, 19. She's 19.
I agree from a personal standpoint. That's not how I would handle it. But I think she feels like she's protecting her mom.
But I don't feel like it's like Joss. I feel like they're changing her.
I think they're changing her just because they're going to end her up in this relationship with Dex. And then after she ends up with Dex, she's going to be stuck with seeing the parallels between Carly and Sunny and her relationship with him.
I did give Nina a lot of credit, though, for not getting snippy back.
Well, she is an adult. It's nice when she remembers that.
It would be nice if Joss remembered that, too.
I agree. I'm not sticking up for Joss. I'm just saying I think that's the way that they're trying to play it, is she feels like she's protecting her mom.
I don't know. It's getting old. Once or twice was enough. We don't need it every single time. And it's not like there's anything new that happened. It was just, oh, I saw you, so now I'm going to yell at you again.
Right.
Britt talking to Cody about Jason.
Yes. She like actually opened up for once
Mm-hmm.
and went on about how she is scared. I thought that was cute that he was like, that wasn't a good kiss. Why are you slapping me? What's wrong?
Right.
And she's like, no, it has nothing to do with the kiss. It has to do with the fact that you're making me feel things and I don't want to feel. But I do want to know why he keeps asking about her brother and her dad. It is suspicious.
Well, we're going to talk about the cartel in a couple weeks.
Yes.
It's either going to be, it's next week. Next week, we're going to talk about the cartel. Not this upcoming Thursday, the following Thursday, the 15th. I will be 40 by the time we talk about the cartel.
Woohoo!
Not like any of you really care about that, but
I do.
It'll be my birthday.
I do.
I'll record it as 39, but release it as 40.
I care because it's time for you to join the 40s club.
I feel like I've been there for a while. I just don't even care, to be honest. It's just like, all right.
It is just a number, but I feel like I forget that I'm 40 even sometimes. Like someone will ask and I'm like 39. Nope, 42.
I was going to say, I'm like, you're kind of in your 40s. Like,
I'm there.
I just always age myself up. I don't know.
You're going to end up being one of those old people who doesn't know how old you are because
my
you
husband,
aged yourself up.
When my husband has his birthday, I age myself up.
Yeah.
It just happens. But then, so Felicia and Mac were talking about Cody. And Felicia's talking about, remember she was in the sanitarium and she said Shady Brook.
She did say
and
Shady Brook.
Shadow Brook.
That's right.
It's all over the old footage. So at what point did it change names?
I don't know. But yes, I caught that too. And I was like, Felicia, you are wrong.
I didn't even think to look that up. Because it's even in the book as Shadow Brook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Just Wiki has Shady Brook. So at what point did they just change
I don't know.
saying it? Because it starts with 2002 when Laura was committed to Shady Brook. And when you look up Shadow, nothing.
Oh, that's crazy. We're going to lose a lot of people that had to go there.
I know. Interesting. So I don't know. But so are they saying that it's possible that she and Mac, I don't think that they were together. They weren't in baby making mode before she went. I think that when he realized she was married,
he backed down.
Like he was still interested because he knew like she did not have a good husband.
Right. Once you get out of that mess, I'll be here. But until then,
when did they sleep together? Hey guys, when did we just talk about this?
I have the handy dandy book here. Does it say?
And this is where me having the detailed write-ups comes in handy.
It does?
In July, Mac is in love. In September, he tells her he loves her. She tells Leopold she does not love him. October, Mac tells Anna and Dominique that and her hesitation to make love to him because remember, she was having so many hesitancies to be able to.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because it wasn't until 1992. Because I think that was in part 2 that they finally were able to. Right?
That they were together.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Shady Brook, which is not called Shady Brook, but anyway, Shadow Brook in 91. So it wouldn't make any sense.
It was 1992, at least in January, when Mac recreates Serenity at the Outback for Dominique and they make love. So that would be January 1992.
Right.
But she had already been in the sanitarium.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it was 1991. It says, Leopold Taub arrives in Port Charles with more than cartel business on his mind. He wanted his wife Dominique back. Taub battled Mac endlessly for control over her. In a struggle with Taub's men, a gunshot restored Dominique's hearing. But when Taub was named her guardian, he had her declared mentally incompetent and committed her to Shadowbrook Sanitarium. Mac, however, was determined to save Dominique. Dun, dun, dun.
And that's page 174 of the notebook. Of the
156.
156. Well, first of all, the book is like pretty far away from me.
Well, I wouldn't have even guessed. Page 156.
Of the scrapbook, not the notebook.
Right.
And that's in 1991.
And
because they don't do anything until 1992 after Taub is dead. She finally is able to let her guard down. Although I do think that it's ironic that the first time that they did is in when he recreates Serenity, because wasn't that the name of the stables, like the house and everything? And now here we have Cody the horse lover.
Right.
So he was just born into it.
Exactly.
He was made in a stable and now wants to live in a stable. Well, he made the Outback look like the stables. Serenity wasn't even necessarily a stable, it was the estate. But still, you know where I'm going with this.
yeah, she didn't start hooking up with Mac until after her husband was dead. Because then it says, released from Shadowbrook, Dominique returned to Port Charles as a very wealthy widow. She hoped to pick up her relationship with Mac, and he was impressed with her new independence. So, yeah, that baby should not be his, but that's what Felicia's getting at, is that baby was yours, and that's why.
Maybe he never told her the lowdown that, hey, yeah, we liked each other a lot, but we didn't do anything until after
That would be so
Leopold
good
was
if
dead.
he hid the kid forever thinking it was Max, and it turned out to be his.
Oh, Leopold hid the kid.
Yeah.
Stole the baby, thinking that it was Max, even though nothing ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I feel like they're giving him Max hair. I feel like his hairstyle is like kind of 80s Mac-ish, but updated.
And that means you're the daddy. Okay.
He has the soft curls that Mac used to have.
I mean, they rewrite history all the time, but according to the way it actually went, no, that should not be Mac's baby.
Right. And she wasn't in the sanitarium long enough to hide a pregnancy.
Right.
So, I don't know. But then, like, nothing else happened for the rest of the week about it.
Right.
So,
we just had a conversation and then boom.
Yep.
Did I miss? So, Sasha, we'll start at the beginning with Sasha. So, Sasha and Brando are going to see the doctor. She thinks she's seeing the doctor about a way to get off of the charges of smashing Smoltz's car. And then they get in there and they sit down and the doctor says, this is the only way for you to hopefully stay out of jail. And she's like, what are you talking about? And then the doctor says to give him conservatorship over her. And she freaks out and says, no, that's not going to happen. Would you do that? I don't know what I would do. I mean, she's right. That's a big step. It's not just...
It wasn't... I don't feel like it was approached correctly with the... Listen, we understand you have things that you need to work on. For appearances, it would help if instead they made it more accusatory of you're not able... And to be fair, she does need help right now.
Oh, yeah.
But they definitely sounded like... It sounded like they were removing all of her autonomy. And Brando, I don't feel was going into it with that. I felt he was going into it with the, no, this is, so it looks
on
well.
Paper. Right.
Right.
No, I agree. But she did bring up some valid points. Like, I didn't think about it all the way through. If you're not only going to have say over what I spend my money on and what I use my credit cards for, but where I go and who I go with, like, that does not sound like a fun life. But anyway, she storms off and needs time to think. And she goes to the Metro Court Hotel pool. And someone comes up to her and says, oh my gosh, are you the face of deception? Did they ever show what happened after that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I thought that I just totally missed.
Nope.
Okay.
Let me check my chart.
All right. So I'm not crazy once again. Why did we have her say that and then not carry it through? I'm assuming that the woman is going to say, no, I don't want a selfie with you. I heard all your crap. And then that's going to make her realize that she needs to let Brando take conservatorship over her. And there we go. But yeah, it just stopped there with, do you want a selfie? And then it never went back to her.
No.
Okay. I really did.
This was a really long week for me. Like, I'm reading my notes. I was like, oh, that was this week? Like, it feels so long ago for me.
So I watched Monday, Tuesday, and then I watched Wednesday, Thursday, Friday together. And, you know, like the kids are in and out and whatever. So I tried to pay complete attention to it, but I felt like maybe that was a moment where someone was talking to me and I missed what happened. And I'm like, oh, where was that taking us? Did she say, yes, I want a selfie, or no, whatever? And then, well, thank you. I'm glad to know that
I don't have it written down if she did or not, but I don't think that it did.
Good. Not good, because I feel like that was a dumb thing to plop in the middle of it and not move on. But
did you notice that there's a lot more staff, though? There's a lot more staff. There's a new detective.
There is a new detective.
So many people without names, but they're there.
And that doctor was new, too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Lots of new. So the detective that questioned Brooklyn and Chase, Dr. Rubin was who talked to Brando and Sasha.
Okay.
And then there was the doctor that spoke with Nikolas about Ava.
Oh, right.
But then they also had Andrea, who's the nurse that Michael talked to find out where Willow was.
Yes.
So we got 2 names, 2 no names, but lots of...
They're
listening to us a little bit, but can we please get back Felix and Amy?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. I didn't like Michael busting in on Willow talking to Terry. I don't feel like he would do that. If you were in a meeting with your boss, even though it was after your shift, if your fiance or whatever he is came knocking on the door, that is very unprofessional.
So we're just doing with him what we've been doing with Taggart, that we're not even explaining anymore. Like, it's just, we just organically know that if one of these two men show up,
They're Michael.
it's Michael.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand they have to do recasts, but I wish there was a better way to tape things so it wasn't so choppy. Because it really is like Monday we see original Michael and Tuesday we see replacement Michael and then it goes back. And I'm like, they play.
Was he on more than Friday? I thought he was just on Friday. I thought it was Chad the beginning of the week and then just on Friday was...
That might have been how it went this week, but I feel like there's
no, in the past it's definitely,
choppy. So.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I even wrote, who are all these doctors and nurses?
New friends, hopefully. Let's develop this all out.
But Joss found Ava.
Yes.
We need to go back there. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Dex helped, and I like that we saw that side of him. So there's like a little bit of non-shadiness.
Yeah. I feel like we knew he was a little bit non-shady.
No, I was still kind of thinking, all right, dude, so what's the full story here?
Oh, I like that Joss thinks that they're like friends enough now that she's like, hey, you want to come jump in a dumpster with me? Because I need to find my little sister's charm bracelet.
Right? That was sweet.
That was sweet. I do like what a good big sister she is.
Mm-hmm.
And that Sunny's like, what's going on? And she's like, I have it handled. Like, it's fine.
Like,
you don't need to question me. I'm allowed to be at the hospital if I want to. Thanks.
Why did the security camera... Oh, never mind. I'm going to answer my own question. Never mind. I was thinking it was triggered by the fire, but not by, like, somebody being in motion on the deck where Ava was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's actually an answer to that. I highly doubt that the entire estate is motion detector surveillance.
That would be really annoying. They would need their own security.
But if that was like if that's like the boat launch,
it would make sense.
It would make sense because you need to know who's going on and off. You know, if God forbid one of the little kids were to somehow get in the boat, to be able to have that. We already know that Leo likes the water because we found him down by the pier. Remember, with the octopus?
Yep.
So that would actually make a lot of sense that they would have had if that's where the boat launch was. Like if that's the part. Yeah. Because I thought that she came by the boathouse and was on like the, just past the boathouse where you would actually take out the boats. I don't know. There's probably a lot of different, but that's in my head where that was.
I mean, she was right next to the boathouse. I feel like
so she would have been at the so she would have been
down. Yeah.
She would have been where the boats are. So they should have had security.
I agree.
Down there wondering who's coming off and on. So,
yeah.
Yep. Why wasn't that caught? I am digging the Susan Moore murder vibes, though. It's like the whole Quartermain family and Cassadine family, and basically everyone's a suspect at this point.
They are.
Sorry, I did like a little dance as I'm like talking through that.
She did.
But Liz had her left hand was all bandaged. But no, I'm sorry, it was the wrong one. Her hand was the right hand that was all bandaged. But I watched it again. So here's the thing. I realized for as much as I listen and I can watch like 2020 and Dateline and any of that, I don't do scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
So when they showed Ava getting hooked again on Monday, I was like, oh yeah, that's where I turned away. Like, that's why I missed it, because I straight up turned away when it happened.
Okay, that makes sense, because last week when you're like, what side? I'm like, what are you talking about? It was obvious they came up behind her.
I definitely, because my husband asked me a question, and we were talking about it, and so I went, and I was like, why didn't I watch this? And then I did my thing, that I'm just like, nope. And I was by myself, so no one dictated it to me, and I didn't go back and rewind it.
Alrighty.
But yes, so Liz's hand was bandaged, the wrong one, but Nikolas found her and was talking to her.
Still bandaged from the vial.
Yes, but it's the wrong one.
Yes,
but it would have made sense with the glove, like with the putting on the gloves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm thinking in my head, and it's not really making sense. I don't know. But Nikolas says about how Liz tells him that Finn has been trying to get in touch with Sarah, and he's like, you mean Sarah, who hasn't been in town for 10 years? Nope, it has been 20 years and almost 2 months.
Wow.
Since we have seen Sarah. Know your timeline, guys.
I knew it was longer than 10. I did not realize it was 20. That's crazy.
I looked it up. That's why I knew that almost 2 months type thing
Mhm.
too.
I kind of figured you didn't have a countdown calendar for
I
Sarah.
don't. I don't.
I know you're crazy, but I don't think you're
Not that
crazy.
much. No. But then Spencer got all drunk.
He did?
And I think Victor thinks that he did it.
Yeah, but he didn't do it.
But is Victor alluding to it to Spencer to get it in Spencer's head that he may have done it because he was drunk when in fact it was actually Victor?
Oh, I hope not. Do not do that to your nephew. Come on.
Well, he's already doing some other stuff we'll talk about in a little bit.
I hope that that's not what he's doing, though. It was not Spencer.
I did like Spencer and Valentin and Finn. I liked that scene when Spencer flipped out on Valentin and was like, this is all your fault. If you hadn't come into town trying to stake your claim in the Cassadine fortune, my dad wouldn't have pretended to be dead for 3 years. And this, that, and the other thing. And Finn kind of set him straight. And Valentin didn't necessarily correct him.
Right.
He was like, yeah, that all happened. But he let Spencer just like...
Right. There wasn't anything else that he could say to it. Like, your dad obviously made his own choices that weren't the right ones. But if you need to blame me, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. But then Finn kind of had like a, hey, your dad made a lot of bad choices, but guess what? So did mine. And this, that, and the other thing. We can always, you guys can always come back from that. And Spencer's like, it's great that happened with your dad, but I don't think that's happening here.
I was surprised he didn't tell Trina when she asked him what was wrong at the hospital.
Oh,
he was like,
I think he's protecting her because she has so much going on right now. He doesn't want to burden her with, she has everything going on right now. Ava just wound up in the hospital. She just was found not guilty. She, at the time, had not heard back about the Title IX thing yet. He's not going to do that. He's a gentleman in certain areas.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that.
But I think it's timing. He's not going to stand in the middle of the hospital as she's standing outside of her friend who is laying there fighting for her life and dump on her.
But she wanted him to. She was like, I'm here for you. You can go ahead and talk to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like Trina's going to put so much energy in being like, come on, you need to get along with your dad. It's your dad, blah, 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 that she wouldn't if he just came right out and said, yeah, my dad and I aren't going to reconnect because he hooked up with my girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's a lot more than a hallway conversation. At least he knows he shouldn't have those conversations out in public.
True. I will give him that.
If they were at the gallery and he happened to stop by and like she were sitting at her desk and that happened, I think then he probably would have confided in her. But I don't think with her standing outside of Ava's room, he wasn't going to. Especially where he would then say, and I was drunk and I don't like Ava. So then maybe give her the question of, well, did you just do this to her then?
But I feel
without
like
being able to have...
He already clarified that he didn't do it to her when he said Ava is family.
But he also doesn't know that he didn't. He was pretty drunk.
That's my point. I feel like he was too drunk to carry that out and not end up with blood all over him or hurting himself. It would take a lot of strength. I know Ava's little, but it would still take a lot of strength to reach around her and hook like that and let her fall. And the hook wasn't next to her, right?
Go back to the previous comment about I didn't really watch that so much.
I'm almost positive.
As soon as I saw it again, I was like, nope.
I'm almost positive that when Joss found her, that the hook was not inside there.
Okay, because Dex wanted to bandage her up and tighten it up and everything, and he had her applying pressure, which you probably wouldn't do if the hook was still in.
Right. And I don't remember it laying on the floor even next to her. So whoever stabbed her took it.
Do you think it's in the lake? Ooh.
Maybe. That would be good.
They're going to have to drain the lake, and then what else are they going to find in the Quartermain Lake? It's going to be like Lake Mead. Have you heard about that?
No.
The water is... See, this is the stuff I could get into, though. Because of how quickly the water is evaporating in Lake Mead, they've actually started to discover like bodies, and they have like a public announcement out. It actually popped up on my weather app saying this. So they're basically telling the public, if you come across like a barrel or luggage or anything like that, call the police. Like, do not just open it yourself, because that's Vegas.
Ew.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of stories soon. So Quartermain's got their own, like, Quartermain. What is their lake called? They don't even have a lake name. Like Lila.
No, because it's Lila's Rose Garden.
Yes.
I don't know.
Lila deserves a lot of names around that place. It's because of her that they even got to go back to keeping it because of Pickle Lila.
Pickle Lila. Maybe that's what they should name the lake. Yeah, so I feel like it definitely was not Spencer for all those reasons, because in his drunken stupor, there's no way that he could have done that, thrown the hook into the pond or whatever, lake, and walked away without any blood anywhere on him.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I don't think that he thinks that he did, because he accused Victor of it.
Right.
When Victor came to see him at the Metro Court, which, by the way, he was checked into under the name Fred Flintstone. Oh, real quick, loved that Olivia came in and was like, hey, guys, remember the party is over there?
Yes.
Like how you were talking about?
Exactly. Get out of my house.
Right?
And then she's like, I'm going to go do this, and you have that amount of time to get out.
Yep.
Why are you drinking the good alcohol? Mm-mm.
But then Victor is trying to get him to care about the Cassadines. And
no, Spencer just needs to care about himself.
Going?
I don't know.
Because Charlotte's a Cassadine, so why doesn't Victor care about her?
I think that he cares about her enough. I don't think he's really going to hurt her. I just think he's using her.
I don't know.
But I was glad, taking us to the next step, I was glad that Valentin finally confided in Anna and was like, listen, I'm doing all this crap because I have to, because Victor has Charlotte.
I was a little upset that she didn't go back on him. I mean, he was obviously like shaken though, so maybe that's why she didn't. She did bring up, seriously, why didn't you tell me this?
Right.
But at the same time, how many choices has she made to protect Robin?
Yeah.
So she probably gets it. She's like, yeah, I've definitely told a lot of lies thinking that I was protecting my daughter, so I get it.
I thought it was ridiculous that her first thought seemed to be, oh, we should call the WSB to let them know that Jennifer is innocent.
That was weird.
Right?
She may not be guilty of that.
She's guilty of plenty of other things. And
she was there with the intention.
Yes. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get her out eventually, but if you did that now, Valentin's right. Victor would know that he told someone what was going on.
Right.
And now
Anna's
Charlotte
not
would
that
be
dumb.
in trouble.
Anna's not that dumb.
No.
She knows how to think like 10 steps ahead.
Right. Yeah.
But they were really sweet, and it was heartbreaking to watch him. But you know what was really sweet was him and Nina.
Yes.
And that's what I was talking about before, that she needs someone like him, even though we want him to stay with Anna. But he gets her. Like maybe he just needs to coach Sunny on, hey, listen, this is a very complex woman here.
No, I think I like him and Nina better together than her and Sunny or him and Anna.
I think that they just I think they're good as friends. I think that they are a good example of like Anna and Robert.
See, I feel like he wants Anna because he couldn't have Anna back in the day. And that's where a lot of his feelings are coming from. Not who Anna is now.
Oh,
because
I think that he loves her now.
Give information to her and trust her.
But do you remember Anna and Robert did the same thing to each other? If they're protecting their kids, there's like, I don't know. That's different. He thought he was protecting Charlotte, and he is.
He is.
And she had to get there and approach him about it, and then he just couldn't lie whenever she straight up said, this has to do with Charlotte.
Yeah.
And that's when he was doing a real good job of having up his wall and like his, okay, I just have to protect Charlotte. But the second that she said Charlotte, he lost it.
Do you really think that Victor was that dumb to give a clue where Charlotte is when he gave the whole she wanted to stay there because they donated?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Because I think that he thinks that Anna doesn't know anything and she just heard what Valentin has told and it's not matching up with what Victor told her.
Right.
So therefore, she found her opening to be able to figure out what is going on.
Once again, shouldn't be talking about it on the pool deck though.
No. Although, again, Anna and Lucy.
I love it. I love it.
Just all, she's like, I'm walking away. I'm walking away.
Like, Lucy, come here. Lucy, come here. Nope. I don't want to. Every time I talk
to you, who she was on the phone. Who was she on the phone with that she was just completely disregarding?
I think it was someone at the WSB.
To start talking to Lucy.
Yeah, because she already told them what she wanted. Find out what this is.
But she was still on the phone with them.
I know, but
they, I'm sure that the WSB records all the calls.
Probably.
Can we at least pretend that we're calling Frisco?
Right?
Just pretend.
But they never do that.
Didn't they do that to rescue Dante, though? They said, I think that when Lulu got there, I think that they referenced that they talked to Frisco.
Maybe.
I think that was the last time he was maybe even mentioned. But Lucy and Valentin, hands down, my favorite, like buddy, frenemies,
Right.
whatever. I feel like they're two children both vying for Martin's attention.
I liked how protective he was of Martin. He's like, no, you were trying to get information from my dad.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
You're not supposed to be messing around on Martin. And she's like, that's not what was happening. And
Yep.
he's like, then you're trying to get info and stay out of it. But I like that she went to him about Sasha because she's like, I can't be the bad guy because no one's listening to me, but somebody needs to be the bad guy.
Yep. So we do need to start tracking the word daddy.
Ugh.
Because Lucy told Anna Val thinks she cares about his daddy instead of Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hi, writer that's listening. I feel like we could be... Oh, who was it? Well, no. Blossom did a video diary, but it was, again, Doogie Howser, but he didn't write, like, dear blah, blah, blah. He was just writing on his computer.
Right.
His thoughts. You notice how he never saved it? He just always turned off his computer.
Mm-hmm.
It just never saved.
Maybe it was on autosave.
We did not have autosave back then. Come on. We barely have it now.
Maybe.
He just straight up turned it off. Maybe it was on a floppy disk. I bet it was on a floppy disk, but I
sure
still
it was
don't.
on a floppy disk,
I
but
still don't think
it
he
automatically saved.
No. If you know how Doogie Howser
my
managed
God.
to save his diary, let us know.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but yes, I think Valentin cares way more about Martin than he really lets on. I think he does care about him as a friend, even though he's like, he's my attorney. I think he does care about him.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're friends.
But I think more than he's willing to admit. He has deeper feelings for Martin than he knows.
Little man crush going on.
I think it's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to see, but he also could be thinking of the attorney thing because if Lucy breaks his heart by seducing his father, that's going to mess with his attorney, and his attorney is not going to be able to do the best work for him.
Right.
But still, we need more of them.
I just love Lucy. She brings like that pop into every conversation.
Yep. I did like the Valentin straight up told Anna, by the way, I know that you're using Lucy to get info from me.
You should be a little bit better.
I just can't believe that they both said, we underestimated Victor. Like, how do you underestimate someone who tried to change the weather of the world with a diamond? At that point, you should think, this guy could probably be up to anything.
Anything, yeah. Maybe they should bring in some new WSB agents.
Maybe.
Some a little younger that can refresh their memory on some stuff.
Like, no, I was going through these files. This doesn't add up.
Yeah. Did you know how bad Victor is? Let's revisit this.
Remember Crichton Clark?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So total opposite end of the spectrum. I made a note that Carly, when she was talking to Bobbie, said that she wasn't sure if she wanted to go to the leadership meeting in Aruba. And I said, why aren't Shannon's meetings there? And where do I sign up to go with her? You do lots of improve yourself. Why are they not in Aruba? Because I need those classes.
Well, you start small. I also do a lot of online courses. I do a lot of Zoom designations, stuff like that. I've never gone to Aruba. I am going to Orlando in February I'm only doing the land part of the land and sea trip.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to miss that on the cruise again this year, but I'm going to stay in a mansion.
Nice.
So I'm like super excited about that. And I was like, that's good enough.
Right.
But
no, I just thought it was funny that Carly hasn't ever done anything, and she's talking about...
we could start, if we actually make this a job, we could travel for it, and we could do stuff like that.
That would be great.
But
we had to go on
location. You have to get there, though, and start small and work your way up to it. We can't just jump on a plane to Aruba.
I just want to be Carly.
Without getting the work first.
Who hasn't done any smaller work on herself.
All right, Ryan, will you please finance our podcast so we can be like Carly and have a man pay for all of our stuff? Or pay for our business.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that.
Please, Ryan. Didn't we say that we'll have you and JD do a podcast episode while we're in Aruba?
There you go. You guys can cover
You
for
guys
us.
just record. I will still edit and put it out there. You guys just record and send it to me.
Mm-hmm. That definitely sounds like a fair exchange for us to go to Aruba without them. I'm sure they'll be all for that. Anyway.
Jamaica.
Stop.
Ooh, I want to take you. And we're going to go back to John Stamos being on General Hospital because he's a beach boy and he played the drums on Kokomo.
He did. Wow. So many Full House references. Anyway, I liked Bobbie.
What was the other one?
No, I mean just recently, not today. Because we were talking about... There was something we were talking about with Full House. It'll come to me.
I don't remember.
All right. Anyway, I liked that Bobbie called her out and was like, no, you are just looking for excuses.
But her saying you are two healthy single adults, that's not a reason to be together, Bobbie.
No.
You don't just walk in a room and go, excuse me, healthy single male. I'm a healthy single woman. Apparently, according to Bobbie Spencer, we are supposed to be together. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I did like that she told Carly that Drew's probably not going to be as forgiving about her impulses.
Mm-hmm. And that she knows her well enough to be like, whatever you're thinking about right now is something he might judge you for.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to judge. I think she had the right word with the forgiving.
Yes.
That he's not going to be as understanding. Because to be fair, there's not really anything for him to forgive about what she's...
Right. It doesn't impact him.
Understanding
she didn't tell him the truth about the paternity test.
I did like when he said to her, there's taking your time and then there's missing a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. But I said, yes, Carly does need to learn how to do this on her own and figure it out. I like that that's where they're keeping her. She's like, nope, I have to figure this out.
I'm fine with her figuring it out, but I am with Bobbie that she's making excuses to kind of stand still.
But I don't think she is. I think she's just not going to jump and be as impulsive as she has in the past.
But she had a reservation.
She's like, look at where this all got me.
She had a reservation for this Aruba leadership or whatever it was conference, and she's letting...
No, she didn't. She never said she would go. Drew just keeps bringing it up. She has pretty much said no since the beginning. She was like, oh, but I can't do that. I don't have the money to. I don't have...
Oh, I thought that she had already committed to going, and that's why she's like, well, no, I definitely shouldn't go. Like, I'll get a refund or whatever because Ava got stabbed.
I think she has been saying no since the beginning, and he just keeps bugging her about it. And it's like, well, if I can't go, you should go.
Okay.
And I think that I'm pretty sure she has been saying, no, I can't from the beginning with I don't have a job for me to go down there to, do, which, yeah, I mean, you can definitely go to those things. Maybe she could get connected with someone who would then,
right.
Like whatever.
Get a job in Aruba.
But yeah, no, I don't think she's ever committed to it. I think she's just always pretty much been like, no, I can't go. I'm not going to go. And he's just like, but you should.
Oh, I felt like she finally said, okay, she would go. And then she's trying to talk herself out of it.
I do think that Ava being stabbed is a fair enough reason, though, because the girls need her.
Originally, when they didn't know if Ava was going to make it or not, but now...
She's still not out of the hospital. She just woke up.
But she woke up!
She's still not able to care for Avery.
Sonny could take care of his
gonna need
kids.
Some help.
Sonny's not going to be taking care of Ava.
Oh, but how cute was Avery when she wanted to check on Daddy Nikolas?
Yes. He must be very
sweet.
upset that Mommy's hurt.
That's why I think that thing about Nina. Because she's thinking about all the other people that care about Nina and how they're feeling. Care about Ava.
Mm-hmm.
I did like when Jordan goes to Victor and is like, I just talked to a member of the staff, of the Quartermain staff working with Victor. And Victor goes, oh, congratulations.
Right. Glad you got to talk to someone.
But she really grilled him.
Right. And she had the alibi for Spencer. They said you were in the bathroom getting sick.
Right.
There was no way you were stabbing someone.
Yep.
So he's off the hook. I feel like Victor wouldn't do it himself, though. What if Victor went down to do it and then, whatchamacallit's cousin?
Mason? Austin's cousin is named Mason, yeah.
Thank you. He was there already doing it. You don't think it was him?
No, because we're expecting it to be. And if it was, I am very disappointed. It has to be someone that we're not expecting. So I don't think it's Victor. I definitely don't think it was Spencer. And I don't think it was Mason. I think it's going to be someone I think it's going to be Liz. I like that. Because it's going to give Liz a really good story. And she deserves one.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that's who it's going to be. Because they always seem to like, here it is, here it is. No, never mind. We changed our mind.
Like, oh, yes. That's right. We were talking about Liz. And we just changed it to be so-and-so.
Yeah.
What about Link? No? Maybe? To get back at Brooklyn for taking Chase or for approaching Chase, but I don't feel like he's a murderer. I feel like he's just scum.
He is just scum. And he wasn't really angry with her until this week whenever he saw them kissing and was like, you're unprofessional, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do anything now. But apparently
that was pretty much it. Like that.
Yeah,
that's
he was like, I'm not doing anything. And then he walked away and they were like, oh, this works right as our plan. Okay.
And the gig is off at the Savoy. Like Curtis wouldn't hire Chase to sing there on his own.
Exactly. So
I'm confused by their plan.
I don't understand either.
Like, what's happening?
I don't get it.
I don't know, but they sure made out a lot.
But that was finally. So hopefully she can put as much put as much effort into his career as she is into making out with him. This week really didn't flow like the other week.
It didn't. It's very choppy.
I feel like we kind of hit on everything.
I also did not group my. Sonny told Dex to stop jumping in and told Michael that maybe Ava's attack is a Quartermain problem because they don't have enough security.
Okay. I felt like it was weird that Michael went up to Sonny and was like, what's the news on Ava whenever he's not talking to her. I know he was trying to break up the conversation with Dex and Sonny, but that was weird.
Yeah, especially why wouldn't he ask Willow?
Mm-hmm. You work here. Can you tell me what's going on with Ava?
Does Willow follow HIPAA?
No. I mean, she is a brandy new nurse, so maybe.
Maybe.
But no. We can't have someone actually follow that.
Liz admitted to losing time. Oh, Port Charles University dropped Title IX.
Yes.
Against Trina. And then she went to see Ava and Spencer showed up and, oh, so sweet. I love that he has stationery.
Yes. I think it's hotel stationery, though.
I don't know. That was a pretty big box.
You think he really thought to take a box of stationery with him to the hotel?
I think
for
so.
a night or two?
I feel like that's a Cassadine thing. I feel like that's a boarding school. Spencer always has his stationery on him. He probably has like a really good pen.
Huh. I just thought it was, you know how they always have that pad of paper in the
But right,
hotels?
it's a pad of paper, not like a box of.
But it's the Metro Court. I've never stayed in a fancy hotel. Do they have
I've stayed at a Westin
stationery?
and I did not see box stationery.
Oh.
That's probably the fanciest hotel that I've stayed in. I believe that they still had the tearaway pad.
Maybe when we go to Aruba, there'll be a box of stationery in our room.
Oh, I didn't even think about that to look and see if he just picked it up like out of the desk or the side, like the head.
I don't think it showed that. I think it just showed him writing, and then he jams it under his pillow, and then, yeah.
I have the Doogie Howser song in my head of him writing. What is wrong with me that I'm obsessed with that show now?
I don't know.
I mean, I was obsessed with it when I was little, but
don't know.
When I was little.
Cameron was an unnecessary character this week.
I'm
sorry. There was.
Cam.
Cameron was unnecessary, and Drew talking to
I felt
Curtis
like it was necessary to show how Cameron and Joss are separating, like how they're pulling apart, that Dex knows more about what's going on than Cam did. I thought that's what that was for, was to show that she's not going to him first. Even though, I mean, to be fair, like, Dex was there.
Yeah, it wasn't like she could have been like, you know what, I don't want you to save Ava's life with me. I need to call Cameron.
Right.
No.
Oh, and Dante and Sam talking about moving in, and Dante's like, they already feel like siblings. Yeah, sometimes cousins do.
Right. Oh, God, stop. Yuck.
I mean, I have an aunt who's very close to my age that I feel she's more like a sister than an actual aunt.
Yeah. Why don't we move in right now? Stop.
I just didn't listen to the rest of that.
That's what they
were talking about.
They were going to go pack up and move in right now.
Oh, I did like that Drew and Curtis talk to each other. They're remembering that they're friends.
But it was like out of the blue.
But Curtis tells Drew to get his own house in order before he worries about getting somebody else's in order. I like that because it's like, hey man, you kind of lost some time.
Right.
Why don't you figure this out?
I agree that what he said was valuable. I just felt like it was weird that he just dropped in.
Yeah.
It's the middle of a work day and I'm like, hey man, I really need to talk to you. I didn't text or call first. I just dropped in.
And the topic was not something that was urgent. It's not like they just happened to run into each other and were like, oh, so hey, how's it going?
Exactly.
And then that came. Yeah. Okay.
Right. If they would have walked past each other, Like one was leaving with coffee and one was walking in to
Yeah.
get coffee, and they sat down at one of those outside tables and had the
Mhm.
conversation, that would have been way more believable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Guys that don't feel run to each other like that over girl problems.
Mm-mm. Especially not in the
that
middle of the day.
and not that an
with all the-
emergency.
Right.
An emergency?
An emergency.
Non-emergency. That's the word.
Yeah, I feel like a text, something would have been sent like, hey, are you around? Can I
Right.
stop over? Even girls, like, I would never just show up at your work and be like, oh my God, can you help me with this boy problem?
Right.
What? So yeah, filler. And Cameron, it was nice of him to go chat with Joss and then go check on Spencer, offer to play some video games with him before he went away to prison.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Spencer had that crazy nightmare with Esme.
Yes.
That was a pretty cool.
That was cool.
I like that. Yeah.
That was cool. And I like that she was just as evil, not making excuses for anything. She's like, yep, I pretty much took everyone from you, so feel how you want to feel, but you'll never be with Trina now, and your dad ruined everything by hooking up with me, so
There you go.
enjoy that life without me that you wanted.
Yeah, was there anything else though? Oh, I did like that Trina wanted to cancel her party, and Portia was like, and exactly how do you think Ava's going to react to that
Right.
when she wakes up and finds out that you did? Because Portia was right. You know, it wasn't.
Yeah, Ava would be very disappointed.
Yep. And she wasn't saying it for her own selfish reasons. It was like, yeah, Ava would definitely not like that.
Mhm.
She'd be mad at you. So we're still going to do it. Now that she's awake, maybe we can, because that way now we know she can come to the party.
Right.
But yeah, she would not have been happy if Trina had.
Right. Even
postponed.
now, if she talks to her, she's going to
Ooh.
say, go have your party.
Jordan had to tell Ava that she was stabbed, and Ava talked to the bodyguard and was like, get my husband's name off the list.
Yes.
Loved it.
I'm wondering how long it's going to take her to tell Jordan that she suspects Nikolas. Or if she's going to
She kind of alluded.
this.
She said, we had a fight.
Yeah, but
They blew it off as a, married people fight.
I think that she's going to use this to blackmail Nikolas, as you can't tell people that maybe I killed Esme when we don't even know that it happened. Because if you do, I'm going to tell people that maybe you tried to kill me because we had this big fight over you sleeping with Esme.
Yeah.
So let me off the hook.
Yep.
I want to move away.
Ava's going to wind up telling Trina about Esme and Nikolas, because she's going to explain Spencer to Trina for him.
Oh, that'll be nice.
I think that she will do that. I think that that's going to wind up being how it is, because Spencer is respecting her relationship with Rory and doesn't want to confuse her.
Yeah.
But Ava's going to be the one
who says you have a right to know and make your own decision.
Here's the deal, girl. This is why you're getting like the mixed vibes. It's because he loves the heck out of you and just doesn't want to confuse you.
Yeah. That'll be good. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that that's how that goes.
I'll allow it.
And then she's going to be like, oh, what if Rory did it to Ava?
Why would Rory do it to Ava?
What if he is not as goody-goody as we think he is? What if he's like jealous of the relationship between Trina and Ava, and he knows how much Spencer and Ava don't get along, and, ooh.
I like that. Oh, not
Let's
Rory,
pay attention to see what he and Rory is. Maybe he's working for Ryan.
Oh.
And that's why he befriended Trina, because Trina's so close to Ava.
That would make sense. Well, you're getting a whole new line of thinking.
I don't know where that came from.
Making my head.
It's the very end of the show. We've gone through. Oh!
These are the texts that I usually get after the show where she's like, I was in the shower and realized.
Okay. Oh! We came up with a name because of my shower.
You came up with the name. I love the name, but you came up with the name because it was a random after shower text. And I'm like, is Shannon the only one that sits in the shower and thinks of General Hospital? I'm not sure.
Probably not, but we have to realize that the product Aqua Notes are a thing that I did not create. I was going to, and then I Googled waterproof notepads, and Aqua Notes came up. You can buy them on Amazon, but they're a waterproof notepad that just hangs in your shower, and they have a pencil. What's written on the pencil is, no more good ideas down the drain.
Oh, that's very, very clever. I did not, I mean, I knew because of you that there was whatever, but I did not know that there was notepads. There's a police officer one for their notes so that when they're standing out in the rain, and it's called Rate in the Rain.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, Aqua Notes. Not sponsored, but if they want to, I'd be okay with that.
Shannon would be so happy with lifetime supply of bathroom sticky notes.
Well, it's nice because then, like, I would write like an inspirational quote on it or something, and just leave it up for the family to read in the shower. One time,
Oh my God, you're such a dork.
my aunt who was visiting is an artist, and she took like a really, really long shower.
And when you got in next, there's a mural of Post-it notes.
There was a beautiful, like, it was she made a drawing, and it's just like a little 3x5, and
wow.
I guess mini reality check before reality check, but the name of when you guys write stuff into us and we read it is going to be the Port Charles Pipeline.
I like it. I like it so much. Thank you for your shower ideas.
You're welcome. On that note,
there you go. Reality check.
What's your reality?
Reality. Man, I am so, like, my whole household is so boring. We spent the weekend, so the kids are at their dad's. So Ryan and I spent the weekend trying to finally organize our house because we have been in it for almost a year now. And both of us have just kind of not done anything because we kept claiming that we had just moved in. We had just moved in. And now that we're at the year mark, we're like, we should probably go through all that stuff in the garage and the den that we haven't used for a year. We should probably go through all that stuff. So I sat on my dining room floor yesterday going through all the totes. I still have a bunch more, but going through the totes that you just like throw the kid stuff in, like as the years go on. So they're not separated by kid, they're separated by year, not on purpose. But so I sat there and started separating them by kid. So I have a box, like a tote for each kid of like, here's that cute shirt you wore in T-ball, and here's a picture of you with so-and-so, and whatever. So it took longer than it should because I'm a total hoarder. And I got like these pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like sending pictures of Matt on his first day of kindergarten to him and his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's texting me back like, oh my God,
Aww.
Stop. He's so cute. And I'm like, I know. And we had a friend that just took her kids to see Thomas out in Strasbourg. I did that with Matthew 100 years ago. And so I found a picture of that and I sent it to her and was like, this is what Thomas looked like 2000 as opposed to this year that you took your kids. I don't know, that kind of stuff. So it was a productive weekend, still a ton more to do, but it was nice to like see the progress of, look, we can actually walk in this room now and it's not just stuff tossed everywhere. But besides that, we didn't do anything. Megan's still experiencing her nosebleeds, so she has not been to school for most of the week. Emily's finally feeling better, so that's good. And Madeline's excited because she got her violin this week, and she's super excited. Aww. She like ran off the bus on Friday and is like, here, let me show you. And she can't use the bow yet because she has to get her bow license from the music instructor, so they're just teaching them how to play the notes with their fingers first. And so she was like,
so that's not a real thing, it's just something that the teachers
I'm like, teacher, it's not a real thing, it's a teacher thing, but it's cute because she's, I just want to get my bow license. I'm like, okay, whatever your teacher says.
Yep.
So I guess she's been practicing at her dad's house all weekend, so that is nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's what's up with the Kimmel family.
I did just have to scroll through my calendar. I mean, it was the first full week of school for my daughter. I've requested a new IEP meeting, so we'll see how that goes. Had some fun conversations around that. More of the, please tell me I'm not crazy that based on the conversation we had in April, and I have had that reconfirmed that I'm not. And I said, okay, because I want to know if I'm wrong. Like, I'm one of those weird people that if I'm wrong, I actually want to know.
Exactly. Especially because I want to know what I misunderstood. Right. So I don't misunderstand it again.
Exactly. And
especially with this process, like, no matter how many times you've gone through it, there's still different boxes to check off or words that they
And this is
use.
a completely different transition from adolescence into adulthood. And like these 3 years are going to be pure torture.
Exactly.
And I'm just...
It makes sense to want to know, okay, I misunderstood it this time. I don't want to misunderstand it next time. Explain
Unfortunately,
to me.
it turns out I don't really actually misunderstand.
Yes.
Which I wish I did.
Exactly. Because then you could at least say, oh, okay.
And for everyone asking, like, isn't there something out there? Yeah, like I do have supports coordinate or service coordination. They're not that good.
No.
Like my person literally tells me I can Google stuff, and says if I need help filling out forms to call them.
Yep.
My entire career is writing out forms.
That's what my and service coordinator for Emily always says also.
And I'm like,
I can
I
read
appreciate the
and
fact,
fill out the paperwork.
but like their job is to be the ones to do the Googling and send me the forms to fill out.
Yes.
Not vice versa. Like you're supposed to know the one with the resources because you're the one with your ear to the ground that gets all this information.
Not how it works here in our county, at least.
The good thing is that our county is actually one of the better ones in the country. So
Which is
that's
so sad.
the scary part. Which is what scares me when people are like, and you're such a fierce advocate for your daughter and you know so much. And I'm like, that's terrifying to me.
Right.
That I get told that. And I'm like, no.
Because you still feel so clueless.
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
But she doesn't think I am. She just knows that, we're working on things. She really got upset this week and she's like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. This isn't what we talked about.
Aww.
Why isn't this happening? Like really, really broke down about it. And I was like, you know what? I mean, we've only been in school now for a little over a week. So it's not, I knew that I was going to ask for it again. I was planning on waiting until after Labor Day. But when that happened, I was like, no, we're going to talk about this now. And so I threw out a couple dates. So hopefully by the end of the month, we have something out there. So
good.
My son's at school, talk every day. He's doing well. He's made some new friends. They're actually having social events. And
nice.
I swear he's done more in the past 2.5 weeks that he's been up there than he did pretty much all last year in person.
Good.
So like the clubs are meeting in person. There's, they're doing bonfires, they're doing movie nights, stuff like that. So things that they were not doing last year for them, they did. Oh, and I did my first week at night open house, which I was kind of unsure about because it's actually been like 1.5 years since I've even done an open house because we haven't had to even do them just because of how quickly things have gone. But with this being a holiday weekend, we were like, why don't we do, and it was the seller and I talked about it. They said, you know what? We hated dragging our kids all over the place on a Saturday afternoon, especially when it's, a nice Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, whatever. She's like, we hated that. What about if we do a weeknight? And so we decided to do Thursday night. That way we got to jump on the weekend. And we actually had 12 people come through, which that is a lot, at least for this area. And we had only listed it for 2 days. So like I'm very, very short notice. And so that was nice. Not a whole lot going on other than that. I'm like, we had friends of ours over that we hadn't seen in a few months yesterday. It's rainy today, but it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. And I've had like not a whole lot of going on. So I don't know. It's very anticlimactic other than work stuff, work and advocacy, which is like the same thing. So,
yeah.
But and lots of research on Serena Baldwin.
I can't wait to hear what you found because you really rabbit holed this.
I did, and I'm going to dial it back a little bit.
Okay.
I stopped myself because there is no reason for her to be more than one episode.
True.
I could make her more than one episode, but I am dialing it back. We're going to talk about it. You got the scrapbook.
I do.
So we're going to talk about Serena, Cody's sister, on Thursday. Might throw in a fan spotlight during the week too. I have one that I just need to edit and I might have time to get that done. So look for maybe a bonus episode.
Who knows?
I don't want to hold on to it for too long.
Oh, right.
By the time, if we wait too long, the entire conversation's irrelevant. So,
right.
Yes. So might have a fan spotlight, might have a third episode this week. Who knows? We'll see how my having 2 days off is going to result in that.
And make sure that you actually watch for Monday because
Yes.
it is new.
Yes. First time since, when did you send?
2002, I believe it said.
For the first time in 20 years.
Yes.
General Hospital has a new episode on Labor Day.
I was so excited when I saw that. So
That is exciting.
Yeah, make sure that you plan on catching that, because I know some days we're like, there's not a new episode on Friday. It's only a 4-day week. And then, nope, not this week.
Yep. So join us on Thursday as we tell you more about Serena Baldwin.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.